Good evening. Welcome to Fantastic Dimensions. This is session 47 or 8, 48, I think, of Rogues to Riches. So, Antonio, I believe you were having a change of heart. You guys had left that inn. I don't even think I ever gave it a name. I hope I didn't. I don't remember it. You guys had basically been kind of rushed out early in the morning before the sun came up, as they were in the process of hanging your man John from the tree outside this. We're gonna say it's kind of like more like a roadside inn, as it were. There's no real town around it or anything. There might be some farms and stuff, but um, they basically just tied a rope around his neck and then just slowly yanked him up in the tree and let him fucking choke out. But I believe as you were kind of making your way in the direction of non-spec back to Lincolnshire or whatever, back to the Boston area, that you had second thoughts.
Yeah, considering the time investment and the cost it would take to completely recreate the book yet again, I was considering the fact that I don't know what I want to spend another 15 gold doing that in another 4 months. If the book is can be retrieved, I think it might be better to just get that back rather than waste half a year writing another book.
Hmm. Okay. And like, how long do you think it would take you to come to this decision as you were traveling? Is it something you think about all morning? Is it something you decide like half an hour later, or
How long is it till back to Nunsbeck?
still days?
Yeah, so it would be definitely less than a day. Huh. I would be sitting there as we're riding away, just thinking about, okay, so I got to make another book because that's
Birds
like
are
my main
calling up. It's
concern.
pre-dawn.
Maybe an hour at best, at most, to think
Okay.
like, you know what? Damn it. I think I want to get that damn thing back.
So after sunrise.
Yeah,
Okay. So maybe you guys stopped to have a little bit of breakfast because you were rushed out. You didn't actually have a proper breakfast.
right.
Okay. Oh, did I ever just say what the weather was like? It's pretty decent. It's late summer. It's cool, but not cold since it's just after sunrise. And there's a few clouds in the sky, but it's not like no signs of any rain or storm coming.
So you've come to your senses, and we're going to go back and make that man pay.
Well, I don't necessarily need to make him pay for anything, but I would
My
like
teeth.
to not have. Well, there's that.
I'm just saying, if he doesn't cooperate, I'll enjoy watching him suffer by your all's hands.
Hopefully, it won't come to violence, but considering the amount of time it would take to recreate my book, I'm not so sure I should be is completely lenient at this time. But then again, he's also has suffered basically the loss of his daughter,
Well,
even though she's with him.
let me talk to him. I'm sure I can convince him. I'll be
Oh,
nice.
you nice?
I'll be nice. I'll be charming.
Ah, I'm gonna give him a little wink. I understand.
If
Let's go
that
and talk to
doesn't
the
work,
man. Luckily we're not too far from there.
Do we have a plan in case things don't work out?
yes, if it doesn't work out, then you guys can have at him with your steel or whatever. But we agree
Well,
we're not leaving without the book, right?
I
Because
really would prefer not to have to redo that. It would be quite a hit in my savings. And if we are able to retrieve it, in fact, if you can retrieve it peacefully,
but if
perhaps
not,
there may be something special involved once we get back
Oh,
Spec.
ooh, a reward.
Indeed.
All right.
But if it doesn't go that way, we're getting it back one way or another, right? Is that the
As long
pace?
as we don't end up having to fight half the town. This is
I
something I
think,
do not want to do. I would not want to leave a trail of murder and chaos behind me
I
wherever
think
I
it's
go. People tend to look poorly upon that.
I think it's just a roadside inn. A lonely roadside inn.
Was it just an inn by itself, or was it in a town?
Now it's a little inn by itself.
Oh, where did the other people come from then? Just farmers in the area, or guests of the inn?
Farmers in the area, travelers, a
Mm,
lot of like I said previously in the pregame chat, there'd be lots of
okay.
like you have in non-spec, there'd be lots of soldiers who pass through and mercenaries and stuff, you know, because
Right,
all the
right.
local different lords like fight against each other over property all the time, and you know,
All right. So as long as we can do this and not involve some.
it's a popular roadside inn because it's the last one on the way to oh beyond Ashmano is Norwich.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Norwich.
Provided we can get it back and not involve the not step upon the shattered or fragile egos of little lordlings or the king's soldiers. I would not want to have someone of that financial background pursuing us.
True.
Medina gets up and says, "Fuck this." He's like, "I'll wait for you at the next place up the road, the next inner town."
No?
He's like, "I'm not going back there to do anything further to those people."
Very well.
How cowardly of you.
He flips Nigel the bird, whatever the equivalent of that would have been,
The
I think
two-fingered
weird
salute
stuff.
thing.
something like that. Yeah. He makes a rude gesture in Nigel's direction, and he gets on his horse and rides off. Because Josh isn't going to be here tonight, so um, his character will
Yes,
wait for you somewhere along the way back to Nonsbeck.
that's fine.
Um,
He is a man of God. I'm sure he doesn't want to cause any more strife among someone who doesn't
what's
technically
your
deserve it.
what's your intelligence, Antonio?
Mine?
Hmm.
I wanted to say 15, but it's not. It is 14. Oh, I was almost there.
Okay. Yeah, he was a little twitchy and fidgety as well. Has been the last couple of days.
Mm.
You would not be surprised if the next time you see him, he's fucking like pissed drunk and
Ah, I see. The siren song of Lady Libation calls him yet again.
indeed. Either way, he's gone now. So Philip is going to be playing with us for tonight only, but we'll introduce him later
Welcome.
because he's not with you yet. So you turn back and start heading back towards this roadside inn. We'll
Yes.
call it the
You said it was a slaughtered lamb.
Slaughtered Lamb. Okay, cool. That's funny. Yeah, grand.
It just popped into my head.
The Slaughtered Lamb. You're heading back there. You guys get back in the morning. As you're riding back up, you will see John, the man you had brought from Ashmano with you before. You see his
Hmm.
corpse hanging in the tree, from the tree.
Okay.
I mean, he's only been dead for a couple of hours. It's not
You know what's funny
not too
is my
fresh.
plan. My first plan was we wait a day and I'll study up invisibility, and then I just realized, wait a minute. Just
Where are you
now
going to study
it
it from?
occurred to me, where am I going to study it from? God damn.
Exactly. Can I borrow your spellbook, Nigel? Damn it, that
Do you
won't
know
work.
invisibility? Ah, shoot.
I don't have that.
So, Kenrick. Philip is, like I said, sitting in the session in place of Josh anyway to play for one night. Philip was in the original session of Rogues Riches, was one of the original players, and then
Indeed.
we lost him somewhere along the way. So Kenrick, is he the kind of guy that would be up early for breakfast or what?
When he's down on his finances, he's up.
Okay, cool.
He's out scrounging for ideas.
So you're in the bar. Actually, you're probably interested to hear the news of what the hell happened a few hours ago, anyway.
Absolutely.
And you'll see the corpse, the relatively fresh corpse, hanging in the tree outside. And the rumor will be going around the inn anyway. You don't see the barmaid anywhere. The barman is still working, but he looks very grim. And of course, what everybody's talking about is, yeah, there was a group that was here. A group of like adventurers or something. Some kind of privateers or whatever. Anyway, they one of their men attacked the barmaid and beat her brutally. So they hung him for it, and those guys are gone. I think. Did I give him a name? Does anybody remember? Did the barman have a name? We'll just call him the old man for now, anyway.
I thought it was like Oswald.
Oswald might have been.
Might have been. I don't
It might have
remember.
been in another town, but I don't remember. I think Oswald was
Because
in
I was going to
Aspinall.
say Otto, but Otto was in Aspinall.
Oh, was he? Okay. Anyway,
Anyways,
rumor is the old man tossed him out on their ear.
Oh, that's a rough
And
day for him.
now there's about 24 men sitting in small groups having breakfast. They all look like soldiers and mercenaries. There's a few farmers in there as well who've probably look like they've already done a day's work. And they're in there having some breakfast. Maybe wash it down with a little beer.
Okay.
And what
Well,
about why don't you go ahead and give us a description of Kenrick and your retainer as well.
I could hire my retainer to the barman in place of his girl. First,
He is a laborer. Yeah, maybe. How does that conversation go?
I say, oh, it's a sad news indeed. And if you're gonna need some help around here, I do have a man that I pay a daily wage.
Oh,
Yes, I should give him a name. Hold on. It's Tim. Tim, come here.
so what is Tim like? Is he a big strapping lad? Yeah.
Yeah, he's a lad. Not too strapping, but good enough.
Okay.
He gets some work done. He's got energy about him.
So Tim comes over. Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you see if you can help out this barman? He's been down on his luck a bit, and he could use some help around here. I mean, and I say, in exchange for, maybe a discount on my stay, perhaps.
We'll see. We'll see how he works out. I'll give him a shot. Give him a shot. Come on, boy. He says, "Name's Tim, sir." Yeah, whatever, boy. Just come on. Takes him back and he sets him to helping out in the kitchen, washing dishes and shit.
Excellent. Yep. Other than that, just
A few minutes later, you might see him come back. He says, "Here, boy, take these drinks over to those guys over there." Something like that. Just kind of keeps on bossing around.
Yeah, and I'll just keep a drink in front of me, like slowly sipping, keeping an eye, listening to the crowd.
What kind of
listening
drink? Do you have your custom mug, your big, huge Stein thing, or?
No, not at this time. It's running too low. That would be embarrassing.
Sure. Anyway, the barman will send you a beer or whatever. No problem. Since your boy's working for your stay at the moment.
Yeah, and I'm not going to drink heavily. I'll just sip it, because I'm just there for conversation and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'll even listen sympathetically to the barman if he needs to talk.
Okay. No problem. So, Antonio, Klaus, Nigel, and Colin, you are approaching the inn. Like I said, you see John's body still hanging in the tree. And you hear sounds inside. There's definitely people eating and drinking and talking.
I still don't understand what happened to him to make him go insane like that. Quite odd.
Maybe he was insane to begin with. We just didn't know it.
Yes, you're probably right.
It could very well be. It could also be that the man spent, as he said it, a year living as a ghost in his own town, watching everyone he knew slowly corrupt and pass away.
Madness overtook him.
I just
Oh, well.
accidentally closed all of my character sheets.
All right, so what do you do? Who's going in? Are you all going in?
How do we want to go about this? Is it busy?
Sounds busy enough.
The morning rush hour.
Wouldn't it be best maybe we did this at a later time?
Is there a back door to this inn?
I'm sure there is one to the kitchen, yeah.
Perhaps we knock on the back door and speak to the owner when he comes to answer it.
Yeah, it
Are
might
there
be better.
any? Is there any
having-
like soldiers around or?
You might see a couple come out of the bar and stagger out to like take a piss over maybe by the tree, the one with the body hanging from it, and they go back inside.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, perhaps we try from the back.
Yeah, get him alone is probably
So
better.
do you knock at the back
And
door?
Mhm.
which of you two were supposed to talk to him?
Yes, I'm going to talk to him and try to charm him.
Okay, I'm gonna take you to a corner where people can see us, and I'll cast bless on you.
Again with your blessings. I guess it's all right since you're a gypsy priest.
Okay, you cast bless on Nigel.
It's yeah, it's 9 total. 1 point.
Okay.
9.
Hmm.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Who's
Just
knocking
make
on the
sure
back door?
probably shouldn't be me because I threatened him last time we talked.
He probably shouldn't see me right away. I shouldn't be the first person that talks to him.
You think? So that leaves Klaus or sorry, that leaves Antonio or Colin. Antonio, it's your book.
All right, I'll go ahead and knock. Give me a moment here. See what spells I actually have memorized still. Oh. Can you choose the area of size, or is it just automatically a certain size?
For what?
Like sleep.
No, I don't think you can narrow it down.
Got it. I can just say in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let me see something here.
It's an area of effect, right? I imagine
It
it's just
is,
an area of
yep.
effect centered on the caster.
Before I
Isn't it?
did it in front of me.
Did you? Okay, well,
Yeah,
that's fair.
it's just got like a range on it. Let me see.
Yeah,
here.
usually it just
Sleep.
affects characters in order of like their
Right.
hit dice or something like that.
Exactly. It has range of 30 plus 10 per level, so range of 90 feet.
Oh, okay, cool.
And yeah,
Okay.
creatures with 4 plus 1 or fewer hit dice.
What's the casting time?
Duration is D4 turns, so it's got a casting time to it. It's not instant.
Okay. Right.
Just wanted to make sure. Okay, so I'll go and well, how long is this spell for? Hold on, let me check one other spell here real quick. Sorry. That has a duration of 1 round per level. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about that yet.
Okay.
All right. All right, I'll go and check to see if everyone is ready. and then tap, tap, tap.
You hear from inside, "Boy, go get the door. See who that is." And Tim opens the door. Kind of
Who's
a young
Tim?
lad who you've never seen before. Well, maybe you have. What's your intelligence again? 14?
14.
No, you don't recognize this boy. You've never seen him before in your life.
Okay.
He's not necessarily a boy. He's probably a young man, but like a late teenager.
Tell me, boy, is the master of the inn on the premises at the moment?
I believe so.
We have his delivery. If you could send him out, please. Don't want to disturb the other patrons. I don't know why I did that little
Sure
weird
thing.
accent thing there.
Sure thing. And he closes the door.
I turn around and I shrug.
He goes back in. And the door opens and you see the mother there. What are you doing back here?
We left something here. If I could speak with your husband regarding that. I don't wish to disturb the other patrons with our presence after the
I don't think he'll
unpleasantness
be
this
too happy to
morning.
see you. I know I'm not.
Well, that is quite understandable. We did, unfortunately, bring that vermin here unwittingly.
Are your friends here too? And she's looking over your shoulder.
Are you guys visible? I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I'm not hiding. I'm just didn't knock on the door.
And where's Klaus at? And Colin?
I would have been back with him back because we were just letting you go up front and talk. So
Right. Okay, so they're just standing to the back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we are traveling companions, of course. As you
My
see, they're
husband is
over
very
there.
busy. If you want to talk to him, you'll have to go around and talk to him inside.
I see.
Master Antonio, she might do.
She slams the door in your face.
Shit. I say.
It doesn't.
Well,
I mean, maybe if the wife knows.
And then you hear her shouting at Tim inside.
all right. Well, let's think about this. Perhaps they'd be more talkative if everyone had a nice rest. I say, and I turn and I face the inn, and I start casting sleep.
Okay. Please tell me the exact effects. So it's going to take you around to cast it.
Yes. So sleep is.
So maybe it's a good thing Medina's not here.
Okay, so
Can't imagine he'd approve of this.
it's a spell. A sleep spell causes a magical slumber to come upon creatures with 4+1 or fewer hit dice. The caster may only affect one creature if it has 4+ hit dice.
Mm-hmm.
But the spell will otherwise affect up to 2d8 hit dice of creatures. Calculate monsters with less than one hit die as having one hit die, and monsters with a bonus hit die as having that flat amount. Dice that are not sufficient to affect a creature are wasted. Creatures with the fewest hit dice are affected first. Slapping or wounding awakens an affected creature, but normal noise does not. Sleep does not affect undead, constructs, other yada yada. And the duration is D4 turns.
Okay. So roll your 2d8 for hit dice.
All right.
See how many people you're putting to sleep. And what's the area of effect?
It is 30 feet plus 10 feet per level.
So 90 feet.
90 feet.
Square. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that should cover the whole inn.
Oh, it's 90 feet by 90 feet, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably just about, yeah. But there's more than 2d8 hit dice worth of creatures in there, so.
Oh, shit.
Like I said, there's a couple dozen soldiers.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could just walk up to the bar and speak straight to him.
Yes, but remember, whenever you cast a spell, it's quite obvious what you're doing.
Not charm person. It's weaved into the conversation.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
That's how I was able to do it to you. It was like just as we're talking.
Really? Okay, I thought it was always obvious when you're casting a spell.
So did I, kind of. But okay.
I
You
think that's
are
how.
a longtime master of this game too, right?
I'm pretty sure Trump person was weaved into the conversation because I used the masked version of it in one of the games.
Yeah, I remember that. That was great.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's kind of how we described it last time.
All right. Because I had been doing that, and then someone said that that's not the way it's supposed to work, and then we looked back and it said that magic spells are always obvious, so we just assumed it
Yeah,
was
but
charm
then
person
there's like
also.
the instantaneous ones. I thought they took around, but they don't. And then I don't know. The last time when I did this on you, we kind of said it like worked into the words I was saying.
Right.
Okay. It's
But
just
you
like
you
put
recognize it
power.
because you made your saving throw.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah, and a magic user.
And
But
you
yeah,
you have that spell.
right. So yeah, it's like you just put power into your voice, and okay. Well, that's good to know. I had thought, I was like, well, crap, I'll never use that spell again because I can't see, let's go talk to this lord. Look at all of his soldiers around. You like me now, don't you? And then I get 8 spears in the back.
Right.
Oh, that's okay. Good. Let's go and talk to him then.
All right, then y'all watch my back.
And yeah, so I start to cast the spell and I stop. Well, that's a stupid idea, I say. Let's go inside.
Okay. So you go around the front.
Yes.
You walk into the slaughtered lamb. Like I said, there's a couple dozen various men, mercenaries, and soldiers around the place.
A couple dozen. Yeah.
There's another. Well, Philip, why don't you describe what Kenrick looks like?
I would have only gotten 12 hit dice worth if I had rolled.
I mean, he's a little bit sweaty in the meantime, but straggly haired. He has a rapier at his side and a whip as well, and just leathers, just slowly sipping. He's just at the bar. Seems like he's by himself, but you could kind of tell by looking at him that he's just kind of taking it all in.
Okay.
Cool.
So you see him. You would have seen him here last night as well. And then you remember the boy.
Oh.
The boy was with him.
Wonder
But
if
now
that's what
apparently
it
he's working
is.
in the kitchen.
Strange.
Maybe he always works in the kitchen. Maybe last night was his night off. Who knows? So yeah. And then of course you see the barman behind the bar, who you saw the night before. You remember him all too well, I'm sure. He's the one that beat the shit out of Nigel.
I'm gonna head straight toward him.
Nigel's walking straight towards him.
Okay. I'll watch.
Just follow him.
He looks up and sees you approaching, Nigel. He scowls.
I start casting the spell. Friend, remember me?
And I just
Okay.
watch the room.
He needs a magic save.
He says, "I'm not your fucking friend," and he hurls a beer mug at your face.
Yeah.
Shit.
And misses horribly. I rolled a 2.
I
It
turn
flies over
around
your
and
head.
walk out. I immediately turn around and leave.
Yeah.
Whoop. Well, that didn't work.
that's
Plan
rough.
B. Get him.
I rolled an 18 for his saving throw.
Soldier.
I'm eyeing all of them, and you said that they're kind of recognizable, or
Yeah, well, no,
somewhat
they
known?
were all here the night before.
But you said that them as a group might have a name.
If
or
you run
reputation.
with adventurers, yeah, you might have heard about these guys that were operating up in Lincolnshire recently. Some pretty successful adventurers, apparently. I think it's fair. You guys would have established a little bit of a reputation for yourselves with some of the shit you've done
Sure.
and the money you've spent. And,
Yeah.
you know.
So Nigel comes walking back over, and I'm like, "Oh, I guess it did not. You were
It
not as
didn't
charming
work.
as you hoped to be."
Damn it.
Oh, damn it! And
I mean, I could have made 2 of them, but we didn't have time.
So I'll excuse myself from the bar. I'm gonna go hit the outhouse.
Right.
Like,
The outhouse. Yeah. Okay. It's like a tree and a hole in the back.
right. But before I do that, I'm actually gonna approach the guys and I'll be like, I didn't expect to see you guys here again. Seems like you need something from the innkeeper. I'm having to be talking to him right now. If ooh, if I could help you guys with something, if you know,
Hmm,
for a fee, of course.
I see, I see. Well, I am a collector of odd books and knowledge, and it struck me as we were leaving that the person strung up outside had in his possession a very unusual book that either I or my benefactor would be interested in. It didn't really occur to me, considering the chaos of the situation, until we were all until we had left for a while. So we decided that maybe I should come back and see if the innkeeper was willing to part with it for a
Mm,
fee, of course.
all right. So
But he is not happy, clearly, with the fact that the person who had been traveling us was turned out to be a demon of a person.
all right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll see what I can do. Now, you want to describe this for me?
It is a book. You'll know the book I'm speaking of.
All right.
You paid him to steal your book.
Yeah, if he is successful, I'll pay him.
Okay. Did you already negotiate a price?
I would need at
Or
least
do you want to see how much the book is worth first?
no. I say I need at least 50 silver up front. I'm reasonable. I'm reasonable.
There's 50 silver to a gold piece, right?
Yes.
All right. I'll give you, and I'll pull out and hand him a gold piece. I'll give you one of these now, and two. Well, no, I wouldn't say that. I'll give you one of these now and another should you be successful.
Oh, great. Now, if I'm to pull this off, let me tell the innkeeper that I persuaded you to leave.
I see.
So just wait down the road, and where should we meet?
Say 10 minutes down the road. We'll be waiting.
All right.
I'm going to turn and look at the rest of them and shrug and step outside. And then when everyone
Okay,
else
maybe
gets out,
we'll get lucky with this one.
Yeah, I'll
well,
step out.
perhaps maybe. Maybe not. It's
Hopefully
only
he
10
doesn't.
minutes, and
Hopefully he doesn't bring that army with him.
indeed, if that happens, well then,
Clearly, do I look like the type to raise an army?
he did not look like the army type to me. So let's give him.
You know
Let's see
the
what this
Chris.
person can accomplish. Perhaps we might have found someone we can work with in the future.
Hopefully he's more successful than Medina.
Now, specifically, the book was on this person's person. Were they staying in a room?
It was the book that he found with the guys. I think is how I described it.
Yeah, the
They-
bartender probably put it.
Oh, right, they found it in his room.
Okay.
So as far as they know, it was his book.
Okay.
But the bartender probably did something with it.
Probably. Yeah, he was the last person seen with it.
All right.
Okay. So what are you going to do then, Kenrick? How are you going to go about this?
Well, I'm gonna go back in there. Well, I'm gonna take a leak. True to my word, I must drain the main vein for any performances. So then I go back in, sitting back at the bartender, just like, yeah, I saw you weren't too happy with those people. Well, those were the guys from the other night. Was that
Last night,
misfortune?
just a
Yeah.
couple hours ago.
Oh, okay. Did I know that they were responsible for the misfortune in some way?
Well, yeah, that's the story. Like I said, they told you that the barman had tossed them out on their ear, and then of course you saw they strung up the other guy.
Yeah. Well, I kind of convinced them to go down the road. They were, I guess, they were a little insistent because evidently they left something of value behind. They probably will return, just so you know.
What do you mean? You think they're going to be a problem?
Well, when somebody leaves something valuable behind, they tend not to give up on it unless it's resolved. I mean, did you find
Which
anything that
who?
they could have left behind?
It's that one I was talking to. Um, the one with the weird robe. He's the problem, isn't he?
The one you threw the mug at.
No, the other one. The one I threw the mug at. He's just. I've seen his type. He's a weakling. Clings to the shoe of his master. It's the other one, the quiet one, the foreign
Ah,
one.
let me see. Hmm. They all seemed a bit foreign, actually. But I think
Common's
I know. I
English.
think I know who you're talking
Nigel's
to.
English.
Oh, okay. I think I know who you're talking about. Yes, yes. Well, he was the one that he wasn't saying anything violent or anything. He was just frustrated that he has a item of value left behind.
It's a book. He asked me for it. I'm keeping it. It looks valuable.
Oh, well, if it's going to cause you any trouble, you might want to
Listen,
sell it as soon as possible.
you're an adventuring type yourself, aren't you?
I've picked up jobs here and there. I mean, I'm not like a thrill seeker by any means, but I do what I can to take care of me, my dog, and the horse and Will, or
Mm,
Tim, Tim.
right. Tim's busy in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Well, he says maybe you can help me out. You say
No.
this guy is going to be a continuing problem for me. Do you or anybody you know happen to solve problems?
I mean, I do happen to know quite a few people,
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
but my line usually offloads items, so maybe I could get you in contact with a seller if that's what you wanted to do, if you're looking for a profit. Because if you could tell them, I no longer have the book, I sold it, you have no problem. And therefore, there is no need for any violence.
How
You
much do you
go,
think it's worth?
well, I haven't seen the book. I would have no idea.
But you would know how much it's worth if you did see it.
Let me see. Yes, probably I'd have an idea.
How does free food and drink and a room for the rest of the year sound?
Oh, well, that sounds excellent. But for selling it, getting a buyer for you?
Well, I want you to tell me how much it's worth first.
Okay.
Come on with me. Mary, you take over up here for a minute. Leave the boy. He can take care of it. All right. He goes with you. He takes you upstairs to his room, which is the big room at the end of the hall. It's the double room. It's got the real fucking locks on it. Opens the door and takes you in. You know, it's a pretty humble room, nonetheless. Don't get me wrong. But sitting on the desk, like, right up by one window, is this? Well, why don't you tell him what it looks like, Merrick? What does the your traveling spellbook look like?
All right, so it's bound in rich leather and with like a clasp to close it. It's thick and the pages are made of not like a cheap paper, probably like vellum, right? I would imagine something like robust. The front of it says, "Do you speak Italian?"
Oh, I've got languages. Let's see. How do I do that? Roll. See if I win. Am I muted?
Yeah, you roll a d6 and you look at your language skill. What's your intelligence?
Sorry, yeah. What is your language skill?
3 and 6, and my intelligence. I think I have a +1.
Okay, so
That 3 and 6 might already include that though. That was a character generator you used, right?
When I generated it, it didn't have that.
Okay, cool. So
I
yeah,
do not have an intelligence
so
bonus.
you have
It's a 0.
pips. You have 3 pips and no.
And I rolled a
intelligence.
3.
And you rolled a 3. Yes, you know Italian.
Okay.
So the front of it, and it says "Thoughts on Reality" in Italian, which I think comes to "Pensieri sulla realtà," or something like that.
I'll say, oh, I don't mind. Do you mind if I flip through it a little bit?
No, go ahead. He says, I tried reading some of it and damned if I can make much sense of it. Is it all written in Italian or you read it in your probably would, right? That's your
It's
primary language.
right. It would be written in Italian, but
The-
it would be like my own.
So you'd have notes.
It would be like my own specific cipher.
Okay.
So to read a spell book, I think you need to cast Read Magic.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you
So
may like
all
catch
the
a
notes are
word,
ciphered as well?
everything in the
Okay.
book. Like there may be like diagrams and things like that. But even like if you like specifically like say like you were to somehow flip right to the summon spell, there'd be like a diagram on how to create a circle. But as you look at it, it'll be like one formation, and you look at the next page and you look back and it's a different formation. Like it just doesn't really click in your brain. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. But it's not like the pages move as you look at it. It's just like it looks different every time you look at a page because it
Okay.
doesn't really fit in your brain
Okay.
unless you cast Read Magic.
Which I have. I'm a glipper.
All right.
Yeah, so initial value for a book to me is what? Like 100?
I'm sorry, say again.
Initial value for a book is probably right around what?
Oh, well, for like a normal, like, actually, it was in the equipment list. I'm looking up again real
A
quick.
normal book is 10 silver for like a blank book. A blank spell book.
Yeah,
is
like a
100
reading book
silver.
can be 10 to 20 silver. 20 silver in a rural area like this. So yeah.
Okay.
But with the special stuff for a magic,
A blank spell book is 100 silver. Is that what you said?
is 100 silver for a
Yeah,
blank spell book
right.
because of the
Mhm.
the quality you need.
And how much money is invested in this book?
So that book has.
Is it the same
I
number
think I
you told
actually
me
put that.
before? 11 gold and
Yes.
40 silver. Does that include the base
Yes.
cost of the book itself?
It did, yes.
Okay.
So it's worth hundreds of silver.
Yeah, it's worth like, well, actually, I don't suppose you have a skill for that. So we'll just roll your intelligence. What's your intelligence, Philip?
10.
Okay. Yeah, it's worth.
I figured maybe you could add my level.
You figure it's somewhere between 500 to 1,000 silver pieces. This book, it's really fancy.
Yeah, special inks and all that like there's like different colored inks in there and
Yeah.
strange dyes.
I'll say yeah. No, this definitely is above the normal for books. I mean, you would have to have a very selective buyer for something that is so strangely written.
Mm-hmm.
That could be difficult in and of itself to find.
Oh, maybe there'd be somebody in Norwich that'd be interested. If not,
But
somebody down in London. People from London travel around all the time.
I could probably find you 500 silver for it quickly.
Really? 500 silver. How quickly?
I would say probably tomorrow.
Well, let me know. And he opens the door to show you out.
So that is an agreeable price then.
500 silver. He thinks hard about it for a moment. I wish I could get more, but If
Well, I'll
that's what
see
it's
what I
worth,
can
that's what
do.
it's worth. I
All depends on how long you want to hold on to it.
I I just don't want that bastard coming back for it again. That's all.
Understandable. All right. Well, I'll leave Tim with you for the day. I'll see what I can do. Can you make sure that he's taken care of?
Of course. Yeah, we'll give him a room and everything. We'll make sure he's fed. He'll eat well here, probably better than he has in a long time.
Oh, well, I'm sure he'll appreciate it. All right. So I'll get on the horse. Go
Okay.
10 minutes. Go 10 minutes up the road and basically say, I mean, the quick and easy is 500 silver. Otherwise, I'm going to have to steal it from him.
500 silver, you say? I didn't realize it was worth that much.
Well, it's just I told him that I could get the money for him real quick, just to give him a delay. Let him sleep on it. Like I said, if no cost is what you want, I can go get it for you.
By the way, Philip, go
But
ahead and roll a d20 for me.
But it's going to be. I got a 10.
You would definitely know that was a spell book. You're an adventurer. You've seen spell books before.
Yeah. And I'll say, I mean, I figure if anybody that wants a spell book, probably want to give it up. Wouldn't want too much hassle for it. But like I said, I could steal it for you.
Let's say if you were able to procure it without trouble, I could possibly give you another 4 gold. That would be half the cost of the item you're taking. I'm sure I could fetch much more from it later on, profit and demand. If it's not too much risk for you, of course. And I grin.
Well, life isn't life without a little bit of risk.
Indeed.
But I was just thinking that if you didn't want anybody to think anything, any kind of reputation kind of thing going around the area.
Indeed.
But I told him I'd have it for him tomorrow. So I have tonight to get it.
I see. Well, then, let's see what you can do. What was your character's name again? Mr.
Kenrick.
Mr. Kenrick?
And maybe we should meet somewhere a little bit further away.
Indeed.
Pick a place. I'll say a certain inn in whatever locality.
The next town down the road is?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
Where
Look at
Medina's
everyone
probably
else. What do you think?
drinking his ass off right now.
Probably.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Let's see what this gentleman can do.
Then I can sleep for the day and prepare some stuff for tonight.
Sounds good.
Yeah, if we don't have to kill anybody, it'll be a lot better than if we do.
Indeed. Yes.
We're already getting a bad reputation in here and we didn't do anything.
Exactly. I'd rather not have the folks think that we are in cahoots with someone who would do that to an innocent young woman.
Yeah, I thought we left that place with, they weren't really thinking we were tied up with him, but he didn't like me because of me laughing, and there was a little bit of a
timing.
No, they knew you guys were together. That's
Yeah, but I mean, didn't we explain how we just gave a
Hold on a sec.
here? We weren't really with him.
Right.
I thought we made that clear.
still guilty by association.
Well,
Exactly. The peasants are stupid.
burn the end.
I mean, people are stupid.
All right, let's go.
All right. Mr. Kenrick, I hope to see you soon.
So this is a little bit
absolutely.
before. This is still a little bit before noon. How do you want to do this?
Well, they're traveling. I want to travel to basically like a city. Like I'm saying, hey, I'm going to the city to find somebody. Maybe I will find a little somebody to help me.
The nearest city would be Norwich. I
Well, not
think.
city, but like where I know somebody that's I've worked with in the past.
Okay.
Somebody to offer a distraction.
What kind of distraction?
You know, somebody that'll go in, make a hustle while I'm going into the room, make a rustle.
Ah, you're looking for a troublemaker.
Well, you know, somebody that's not going to make too much trouble so that they get themselves killed or anything like that, but that they'll get kicked out. I could give them some money.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's cool. I will look someone up like that.
A hireling.
Yeah, those ones don't do daily wages. Yeah, you probably need something like this. Okay. How many people do you want to hire to do this? Get a guy in a nearby village.
Okay.
He says, I can get you men 10 silver pieces each.
All right. Yeah. I'd say I think 3 would do it.
Okay. Yep, myself and 2 more. What exactly you want us to do? Just go in there and start a fight or something?
You know, we'll start drinking. Start with the drinking, you know, and then just cause a scene that
Yeah,
involves.
we know the place.
Yep.
It wouldn't be too hard to do.
Yep. And it have to be at night.
Nobody has to get seriously hurt.
All right. And I won't be going with you. I'll be following up later. But I'll meet you.
Well, you can just pay us in advance.
Yeah, I'll do that.
He holds out a hand.
No.
30 silver.
I give him 30 silver.
You don't have 30 silver.
Well, I got 19.
Oh, wait, you have a gold, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they gave him a go.
You have
Yep,
a
I
gold
just
piece.
gave him one.
Yeah.
You hand him the gold piece?
I'll say, hey, this is what I got. You get half of this now. You give me the change. I'll give you the other half later.
I don't have change.
Well, then you'll take the 19 silver now, and I'll give you this gold piece later. I'll throw in some food.
Okay.
I mean, the 19 silver will get them drinking anyways.
Yeah.
It's part of their
Oh,
cover.
yeah, for sure. Okay, so he takes the 19 silver.
All right. Yep.
And
So we'll.
that's a couple hours later. It's afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the same town, the same village anyway, that you guys have traveled to. So Antonio, Klaus, Colin, Nigel. You get to this village. There is an inn here for sure. And Medina's here too.
I'll get a room and immediately go to bed. I need at least I need 6 hours and 1 hour to prepare. Or is it 1 hour per spell per level? Then I need 2 hours.
Oh,
Or
no,
not,
it's
the highest level spell you're going to prepare
yeah, that many hours, I think.
for 1. I already have my second levels prepared, so I need 7 hours.
Okay. So by the time you it'll be like 9, 10 o'clock at night, you can wake up and do that.
Well, time is it now?
So let's say now it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's say it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
8
So you need to sleep till
8.
by the time you actually get to sleep, you need to sleep till 8.
Oh.
And then get up and prepare. Yeah. So 9 o'clock you'll be ready. Sound good? Because you didn't prepare spells from the night before anyway, right? You haven't even got 6
I
hours
was
of sleep.
going off what I had.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't even think you got 6 hours of sleep last night.
No.
Will you do me a favor? Roll a d20 for me there, Mark. This is for Josh and for Medina.
He got a 15.
A 15? Pretty sure he made his poison save. So he's drunk.
Later, Medina.
He's drunk and having a good time, but he hasn't gotten himself into any trouble or anything. He ignores you, Nigel. He does not like you.
We're good friends now.
Yeah, that's definitely a success on his poison save. So, okay. Do you want to secure rooms here? I guess you had to, right, Nigel? It's a silver piece.
I'll pay for the rooms.
Okay.
'Cause
So
Thank
how many are
you.
you getting? 4?
Me. Yes.
Okay, 4 silver.
All right.
Mr. Moneybags.
It's my problem that we're sitting around here for. So
Seems fair.
True. Have me a meal ready at 9.
yes, my lord.
Thank you, my lord.
So Antonio, do you have any like backup plans in case things don't go as they should?
I do. Unfortunately, many of them would require having access to something I no longer have.
Ah, indeed.
But I think I have some ideas, so hopefully we will not be too put out.
Can you still use your powers though?
Oh yes, I still have things prepared. Not quite as useful as they could be in this situation, though. But I think I have enough to do something. We'll see. Hopefully, it won't come to that.
Sorry, Philip. I didn't see your chat until just now. Apologies. I wasn't looking at the chat for a while. It works.
Okay.
Okay, well, Antonio, I was thinking, hopefully our new friend can take care of this, but if it ends up not working out, maybe we can hire somebody to keep an eye out in the inn, and then once there's not a lot of people in it, then we can, do what we gotta do.
True.
But hopefully, we don't have to.
So in my casing of the place, as I went to his room, did he have a window into his room? Was he on the first floor, second floor?
You talk about the innkeeper's room? It's
Yes.
definitely on the second floor, and there's definitely windows.
Okay.
It's basically like the end of the hall. It's one end of the house. It's the size of 2.5 rooms, basically.
All right. No alarms, nothing like that.
Alarms, no. Good locks.
Good locks on the windows as well, or?
No. Because who's going to climb to the second story to fucking break in through their window, you know?
I know I don't want to. But I mean, the locks are the locks, but
yeah,
I suppose procure the proper climbing gear while I'm out. Get some.
what kind of climbing gear?
Is there a ladder
Like a rope ladder?
or a ladder?
I don't remember a ladder for some reason, but there might be. There's a ladder, 10-foot ladder.
Yeah, preferably aluminum.
An oversized item. It's not aluminum. It's probably wood.
Yeah.
It's big. It counts as one item or 1 pip in encumbrance when you carry it for 10
Yeah.
foot. If you're getting more than 10 foot, it'll be more.
Okay,
10
I'll
foot
tie
would
it
be
to
enough to get you up there.
How much is it?
It would be 7 silver pieces. You could have bought it in the village if you want.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to trade something for it.
You don't have 7 silver pieces?
I just got the gold, unless somebody's got
Do you want to
change.
steal it?
Oh yeah.
Just kind of like, you got a horse, right?
Yeah, I planned on tying it to
Just
my horse and then just trailing
Just
it
ride
behind.
up, kind of grab it, and
Yep.
ride off with it, you know?
Yep. That'd be good.
Sure. You get like a stealth or something, right?
I have something.
Roll a d6.
Oh, they're down here. I rolled a 1.
Okay, that's a success. Yep, you snag a ladder and ride out with it. In fact, it was the dude you were talking to earlier's ladder. The dude you hired.
So funny. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna ride up. I'm gonna use the ladder. Have the dog keep watch.
Okay.
Well,
Wait
I'm
till
gonna wait.
night.
I'm gonna wait till night. Wait for the scuffle. You know,
Okay.
wait in the woods nearby, kind of thing.
Let's see what time the sun sets. Oops, Jesus Christ, I have a million messages on Facebook. Sorry. Whoa. All right, now what am I looking for here? England. That's what I'm looking for. August. Here we go. Nighttime. Oh, not until 10 o'clock. Cool. Yep. So it'll be after 10.
Okay.
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you guys just chilling at the inn, yeah? Medina's friends with everybody in that village. He's been buying drinks and spending money, having a grand old time.
I'm just gonna sit back and have a glass of wine and watch him, so I have things to tease him about later.
Okay. Very good.
See, because I've never actually seen him on a bender.
All right. Well, now you're seeing him on
Oh,
one.
maybe one time. I think that was a long. No,
You
never.
haven't seen him at all. Like if let's say it's like 10
He's
o'clock
always
at
gone
night.
to another town. Yeah.
If it's 10 o'clock at night, you've been here for 9 hours, and you haven't seen him without a drink in his hand. Sometimes two.
Fascinating.
Mm.
So I'm up now.
Hmm?
It's 10
It's like
o'clock at
he's.
night.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, he's wasted. He is wasted, but he's having a good time and spending money. People love him. So okay, so you're just chilling there 10 o'clock at night. By this time, you would have gotten up and had your spells prepared, Nigel. What would you have done when that was all done?
Get something to eat, whatever they're ready to do. Are we just chilling for the night?
Colin, Klaus, what are you guys doing?
Or this guy's supposed to get back to us? He's supposed
Yeah,
to meet
he's
us
supposed
here?
to meet us here. Yeah.
We're waiting here forever.
Hmm.
Well,
Well,
I did say tomorrow morning.
True.
Klaus will be having like a drink and watching Medina act a fool also.
Nice, nice, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can get some good beer.
I'm surprised he's not worth his gold. Let's go get it back. He sucks. It's not even night yet, and he doesn't have it.
only paid 1 gold so far.
Well, I guess if everyone else is drinking, I'll order some wine.
Okay, you can have a glass of wine. Nobody knows you in this town, Nigel. So
Does Nigel speak Italian?
I do not.
Okay. Let's see here. What other languages do you speak?
English and Latin.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to you in Latin quietly because I don't think a lot of people here would learn that, since that's something for the priests. But
yeah,
I'm gonna discuss some things about increasing your knowledge of the manipulation of chaos
Oh,
and other ideas I have.
yes. I am ready.
Hmm.
Teach me what you know.
So I'm just gonna go over some of the spells that I may be able to share and whatnot. You remember that list I sent in the chat the other day? So things like that, things you might want to focus on if you get the chance. And your screen has gone black, Ian. You vanished on us.
sorry about that.
No worries.
Is my sound okay? If
Yeah.
there's ever any sound issues, let me know because sometimes it sucks. All right, Colin, what are you doing? You there, Rob? You muted? All right. Whoa, what was that?
I'm on Facebook. I'm trying to check the messenger. It was one of them thumbs up thing noises for some reason. I didn't even click anything. I'm trying to find that list of spells. It's way back in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so
There it is.
okay. So Nigel can be looking at that stuff. Klaus is having his drink. Colin is maybe sleeping. He went to bed early. So we go to Kenrick. 10 o'clock at night rolls around. You hear shit start kicking off inside in the inn. There's shouting. There's been loud singing and shouting all night. Like maybe some kind of, I don't know if they have like patriotic songs or whatever, songs for their different lordlings and whatever that all fight each other for the lands around here. And yeah, a fight kicks off.
Okay.
You hear
I tell
breaking glass and sounds like a table getting
That's the
flipped
time.
over.
Perfect. I tell Shia, the dog, to go find Tim. Go find Tim. Leave the horse tied down here. I go up the ladder.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You climb up the ladder. There's the window. It's the big window, the main kind of window into their living space, which is basically their bed and like the dining area.
All right, nobody in there.
Nobody's in there.
All right, do it.
Go in.
Tools on the window. Slide it right up first. See if it's unlocked.
Yep, it doesn't lock this window actually. So yep, you slide it right up and you slip
All right.
in.
Prop it up. Slip in. Search for the book.
Yeah, it's right there where he left it.
Grab it.
Okay.
Pouch it. Climb out.
Pouch? No. Do you have a cloth to wrap it up in or something, or a sack?
I have a backpack. I have saddlebags. I mean, I could.
Okay. Take it out. Throw it. You can stuff it in your backpack, and then if you want, you can put it in the saddlebag when you get down to the horse.
All right.
Roll a d6 for me, please.
1.
Okay. Yep. You get back down. You still hear fighting going on inside.
Okay.
Close the
Cool.
window, or did you leave it open?
I'll leave it open.
Okay. Cool.
I'll leave the ladder there too.
Cool. Nice. Yeah. You stuff it in your saddlebag.
Yep.
Cool. You can even wrap it up in one of the blankets a little bit, because it's a big fucking heavy book. It's not super fragile, but it's not at the same time you don't want to fucking be battering it or abusing it, exposing it to the elements too much. You know what it's worth. So yeah, what do you do then? Get on your horse?
Yeah. Well, I'll wait for Tim and the dog.
Oh, right. How are you gonna? Tim was still inside, right? You left him here. He's in a room inside.
Yeah, I told Shia to go get him. Go find him. Before I went in the room.
The dog?
Yeah, she is the dog. Sorry, I said
I
Shia,
missed
go
that.
find him.
I missed that. Okay. Okay. Yeah. She find him. He'll come out groggily, like, what? What's going
Yep.
on?
We're leaving.
Through the window?
But no, wouldn't the dog bring him back outside to the horse?
Oh, you mean from inside out the front?
Yeah. I told Shia to go inside and find Tim. I figured dog knows him, very familiar, smell him, find him, scratch on the door.
Gotcha.
And then come back out.
Okay. Yeah.
Or he'd be like, what are you doing here, Shia? Where's whatever? And however that plays out.
Okay. The dog comes back out without him.
Okay.
Kind of whining. He's still inside somewhere.
Oh, poor guy. Oh well. Just gonna have to leave him behind. That might revamp some things. Okay. Yep. So I leave with the dog and my horse.
Which way you headed?
Leave the ladder there. Yeah, north.
Head north or east, like over towards Norwich.
Is that the place?
That's the city.
Yeah.
That's the city. It's the opposite direction of where they're at that village.
No, I'll go to them.
You go to that way towards the village. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. You go to their inn.
Or wait, did I tell the guy that I'd be back from the south? I did, didn't I? I can't remember. Let me see. I went south when I left the inn, didn't I?
Did you? Okay. If you want. South is kind of more towards London.
Hmm.
Those guys are
What?
definitely kind of like west, northwest or something.
Yeah, I'll head in that direction. I'm gonna have to come back for Tim in the daytime and kind of weave a story that I was trying to get people to buy this book.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay, so by the time you get to the village where their inn is, it's gonna be like after 1 in the morning. I imagine you guys have all gone to bed, or is anybody waiting up? It's up to you.
I'm gonna stay up and begin to learn these spells. If
I have no reason to sleep at the moment, so I'll stay up for a little while in hopes that he'll show up before Medina drinks this place dry. But eventually, I'll probably just go to bed.
1 a.m. Are you
Midnight
still
or
up?
so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, around midnight, I would have gone to
I
bed.
guess I can't learn these spells. You don't have your spell book, right?
Right? No, yeah, I was just discussing you with things that I know
Okay.
from
We're just talking about it.
experience, right? That I can teach.
Well, you are definitely whetting my appetite,
Mm,
teasing me with your power.
indeed.
We got to get your spell book back.
Well, hopefully, this will prove to have been a good investment. If not, though, we'll have to think of something else.
Well,
And if we never see him again, we'll have to find him and find out what he did with my book.
yes. Well, he's supposed to be back in the morning, so I guess we'll just wait till morning.
Indeed. Have been awake for a while, though. Stretch. I think I'll head to sleep for now. And we'll see what the morning
Well,
brings.
since I slept all day, I'll just kind of stay up and keep an ear out, keep watch for the night,
Cool.
kind of.
Very good.
Yep. So you're
Stalk
there.
out.
Nigel's still in the bar. There's a few guys around drinking, soldiers and stuff, mercenaries. Maybe even a couple of like farmers' sons and stuff. Who knows? So Nigel, you'll be sitting in there when I assumed you go right into the inn, Kenrick.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna be sitting back in the corner in the shadows, sipping my wine.
You see him come in.
Ah, well then I'll motion toward him. Over here.
How you doing?
I didn't think of something. Great.
You got here early. That's good.
Yes, I did. I did. There's a certain turn of events, though.
That's good.
My boy is stuck at the place, so I'm gonna have to go back and get him tomorrow.
But you retrieved the item?
Oh, I did. But I definitely need to make sure that I get my boy back.
Yes.
So it's gonna take me some money, and I'm probably gonna have to make sure that since the book is missing, that I came back with a fair deal for this guy if I'm gonna talk to the innkeeper again.
You mean you don't have the book?
I have the book.
Will you give it to me now?
I don't have it on me.
Where is it?
I stashed it, because as these relationships go, I just wanted to make sure that, I show up, you kill me for the book, and you.
No. The men I travel with are more honorable than that. They'll pay you the promised amount. There'll be no double crossing from them, I can assure you. But you should give me the book now, and I can wake Antonio, and you can get your payment, and then you can see about your boy.
Well, why don't we wake Antonio now? And that way I can get the book to him.
Fine, if you insist. I get up and march up the stairs.
Okay. Yeah, Antonio's been asleep for like an hour.
I bang on his door.
Antonio, banging on your door. You've been asleep an hour.
Oh, what time is it? Oh, I say in Italian. Who's there?
It's me. Get up.
Has something happened?
The man is here.
Oh, I will quickly, because I just laid down and didn't bother getting the clothes off, taking
Yeah,
my
it's
clothes
fine.
off, and just grab my backpack and head down.
Okay.
There's been a problem though. He's stashed the book somewhere. He's
Has
trying
he?
to play us, probably trying to get more money or make us help him. Just beware. Just beware. I don't trust this man.
Let's see what his game is then, and head
Kendrick,
downstairs.
Kendrick,
I'll
did you
get
order a
down.
drink?
Blackjack is my game, if you must know.
Did they find Kendrick with a drink in his hand when they come downstairs, or?
No,
Okay.
just waiting.
Okay. Antonio and Nigel
Just
come
a
back
few
down.
people drinking, or
Yeah. There's a few mercenary soldiers and stuff around, you know.
I'll clump on over to him.
There he is.
Ah, Mr. Kenrick.
So here's the deal. I tried to get my guy out, the guy that was working for him, but he didn't come. Yeah, I think something happened to him when I had a few people start a ruckus as a distraction. Now I got the book, but as a cautionary thing, not knowing you guys as well, only by certain reputations, I stashed it for my safety. And partly because this is the play. I have to show up at the inn with a certain amount of money as a good faith somebody was going to buy this book. I had canvassed around to other people to buy this book, and somebody that I had talked to previously stole the book while I was getting good faith money for it. So if I could show up to him with 600 silver and he doesn't have the book, I bring the 600 silver back. You get your book, I get paid.
I see, but the deal was the gold piece I gave you and 4 more if you were successful in your endeavor.
He's trying to use the book to make more money for himself.
No, same amount of money. I just want to make sure that the theft of the book doesn't fall on my face.
Well,
Seeing as the innkeeper specifically showed me the book. He sent me to go get it.
True. But there were other people around at the time when he was carrying that book. In fact, last I saw him, he was holding it while they were stringing up that madman for his deeds of the morning. Anyone could have gone and stolen the book.
But if I show up with good faith money,
Well, why would someone give you good faith money for something sight unseen? Just a description.
that's true, but I don't think his faculties would go that far. I could say that the man trusts me. It was my uncle.
Well, I can give you 4 gold now, but I would want the book as well. I'm not prepared to give more than that.
Okay, is the 4 gold the 500 silver pieces or 600 silver pieces?
4 gold is 200 silver pieces.
So I had given you 1
gold is
silver
worth
piece
50.
already. Right.
So he's offering you 250.
And yeah, and 4 more after you retrieve the book.
Well, I mean,
I do know that the innkeeper has another 5 gold of mine that I gave him for his inconvenience. Perhaps you can use that to supplement your income.
guys want to take a
have
bio
much-
break?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'll think on it. I'll think on
Think
it.
on it. Yeah, let's take a bio break. Smoke them if you got them. Hey, Rob, did we lose you, buddy? I think we lost him.
I think we lost him a long time ago because I never heard him.
Yeah. Yeah, I was afraid I might sleep through start time because I've been taking a nap after work every day since. I don't know why. It was just I get done with work, I watch a little bit of YouTube, and I wake up like an hour later going, "Huh? Oh, I guess I should make dinner."
Yeah.
Oh, so what did I miss?
What did you say? Sorry, that was. Whew.
I was asking what did I miss?
Oh, okay. Where? How long were you gone?
Let's see. When he was stealing the ladder,
Oh,
and
geez.
then
Okay, so you didn't even see him steal the book or anything.
no, I missed that whole thing. When I got back, it was when the dog came at the door or something like that.
Yeah. He was at the dog in to try to bring his boy back outside, but the dog came back out alone. His boy is, as far as he knows, still back at the inn.
This boy's just some henchman. Fuck him. Forget him.
He's not even a
Hide
henchman.
another one.
Henchmen get a share of treasure. He's just a laborer.
But anyways, he stole the book, and then what?
I think he'd get more money for it if he just took it himself and sold it in Norwich or London.
Yeah, we're not. He shouldn't know how much it's truly worth, but Antonio told him too much. Should have said it was just a $50 book. We'll give you $40.
Nah, he's an adventurer. He's seen spellbooks before.
Yeah, true. It's kind of hard. It's a distinct looking book for sure.
Yeah.
You look at it, it gives you a headache.
Yeah,
You don't forget that.
words start swirling around.
Right.
All right, if we're all back. Yeah.
No, I'm not back.
Oh, okay.
I stepped outside for a few minutes, enjoying the rain.
Oh,
It's finally
nice.
raining. It's nice.
Yeah. It's finally snowing here.
Fuck that shit. We didn't get any snow really this year.
It snowed here again today too. I went out to get some supplies for the weekend, and there's just crusted snow all over all the cars. I was like, "What the hell? When did that happen?"
When you were inside obeying the COVID lockdown.
Indeed. It's been 3 days since the last time I'd been out. Yeah. I have my blinds closed too because there's an apartment right across the courtyard from me, and I don't feel like being on display for them. I like to be comfortable in my apartment.
This is what we've been preparing for, men.
Indeed.
Yeah, I love all the memes where it's like, what have you been up to? Just stay at home, not going anywhere. Oh, so because of the quarantine? And the gamer's like, gamer, what? What quarantine?
Yeah.
Or the other one where it's like,
Yeah, I was like, I already don't like going to crowded grocery stores, and I'm a hermit, so
yep. There was another one's like, wait, so everybody has to stay home now? Ha! I've been preparing for this my whole life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Online gaming is getting a nice boost out of it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I ran a scenario for Gary Con last month, and I'm going to run one for Kobold Con, I think in May 1st, 2nd, 3rd, something like that.
Is it Cthulhu again?
I haven't decided yet. I'm still thinking on what I want to run there.
Gotcha.
I'm also going to play test Carnival of Madness pretty soon.
Kobold Con's Wolfgang's thing.
I don't know who's Wolfgang.
Wolfgang Bauer, the owner of Kobold Press. I don't know
No,
if
I don't
it's
know.
not Kobold Press.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I guess I could Google it myself before
The
asking you
guy
dumb
I know that
questions.
handles all the virtual stuff is Casey Rift.
Kobold Con. By Colorado Springs.
That's the one. I've been doing virtual games for them for a few years, so.
Gotcha.
Usually run Call of Cthulhu, right?
Yeah, usually. Call of Cthulhu, Lamentations. One of those two usually.
Hey, just so you know, if you ever want somebody to edit your videos, I got somebody.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
She's gonna be doing my splash screen for my game. My
Cool.
splash introductory video. She also does like website stuff. She's out of Florida.
How much does she charge?
She charges 50 per talk. So like for the video that I'm getting,
Mhm.
it's 150,
Gotcha.
which is like nothing. I mean, 75 upfront, 75 when it's done. And that's for like something she's creating from scratch with just my images and stuff. And she's got to get music and sound effects to it. Although I talked to Soren, and he might be interested in putting together some music and sound effects for it.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is awesome. I haven't seen him in forever.
Yeah, me neither. I just was like, she was talking to some musicians. I'm like, well, I had this thought before because of like how Marilyn Manson did the soundtrack for Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked to him this weekend supposedly, and she's supposed to have a draft of the video for me this weekend. And I got another person in the Philippines that if she doesn't work out, I'll hire this one.
Cool. All right. So now we come back in. It's the middle of the night. You're in the next village over from the roadside inn, a few hours away. What do you want to do?
All right, so we're
It's up to
talking.
you. Yeah, you guys are talking. He said he's offering you 250 silver pieces. That was the agreed
Right.
price. So
Okay. Well, in my life, all things are negotiable. And for one thing, you and I both know that this thing is worth way more than 500, 600 silver pieces. So all I'm asking is that you give me the 600 silver pieces so that I can clear my name, clear your name, or maybe it wouldn't clear your name. But I did leave the guy's letter that started the fight inside the thing. So I think it kind of pins it on him. And then you can pay me the price. And I get my guy.
Well,
Look, if you're magical or whatever, you could trace one of the coins or all the coins. Find me wherever if I run off with it.
Or you could just give us the book, take the money he's offering, and go our separate ways.
Well, then I'd have to deal with the unfortunate consequences and possible death of my friend.
I will reach into my pouch and I'll pull out 4 silver pieces or 4 gold pieces and put them on the table in front of me and just kind of spread them out. This is what I have to offer you.
All right. I'll start walking towards the door.
okay.
Wait a minute. What if we You give us the book now, take with the money he's offering, and then we help you get your boy back.
I look at Nigel and raise an eyebrow.
If he's so
Look back
important
at
to you,
Hmm.
he's just a henchman. What is this boy to you? You can just hire another one.
Oh, I mean, I'm fond of him. He knows how I like my tea.
Oh, you're fond of Jay. I understand now. Well, how does that sound?
Not just well, seeing as the ruckus you caused last time there, it doesn't sound so good. It sounds like you have an intent to burn the whole place down if it suits your needs. Like, what is my boy? You have no value on life, sir.
I do not, but my friends do.
Indeed.
They will. They, like I said, they are honorable men. I did not speak so of myself.
Is that the reputation?
Yeah,
You-
I'd say so, probably.
Yeah, Colin's new to the group. He hasn't done anything wrong yet, and Klaus is in good standing.
Colin's a former ranger, so he's a known adventurer kind of in the area anyway.
Yep. Outside of the last guy that raped and murdered the.
Mm-hmm,
It
exactly.
was
So, I mean, that's a little dent on your reputation there. And
Yeah, but that man was never with us. He's never been
Well,
on.
they blamed you.
We
Wow.
simply were escorting him to another village from the place we were at before. Unfortunately, he was a psychotic. You know, it happened. We had nothing to do with that. It was unfortunate.
I would
well,
definitely
if you were
suggest-
going to help me get the boy, what is your plan? What's your play?
Well, let's
First of
hold
all,
on. Sorry.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was
Sorry.
gonna say let's put the whole rescuing of the boy on the side for the moment here. Taking the gold I'm offering and giving me the book now would go towards creating a future relationship. I may have other things I need procuring in the future, things that might be much more lucrative for you. If you consider this a interview of sorts, that you are willing to work under the conditions that were given. And I tap that stack of coins in the table and look at them. I very well may have other things I need procuring in the future. So far, all I have is you saying, "Oh yes, I was able to retrieve the book. I have no proof of that, other than you saying you did so and you stashed it away somewhere, and now you want more money for it."
Yes, and it's better to make future friends than enemies.
Oh, I totally agree. What if you waited for me outside the inn? Say that
Klaus.
10 minutes away that we had before. That way I can get my guy. I can give him my story.
So you wish to meet again 10 minutes outside of the away from the inn where your boy is at.
Yes, if you'll give me the coin
That's
to
a few
present my
hours.
story.
It's a few hours from here.
You plan on just giving this coin to the bartender?
I am going to offer it to him, and when he cannot procure the book, I will have to regrettably take the money back to my uncle.
And the boy, is he being held against his will?
Oh, I certainly doubt it, but he might have been caught up in the scuffle last night.
Just tell him to come out with you and leave with him.
Did you miss the part where I wish to ensure that my name and my face do not take part of this theft?
So you think by paying a bartender that's going to ensure that?
By offering him what he asked for?
I wouldn't trust him.
This does not sit well with me.
No, not at all.
Klaus, roll a d20.
I say, well, you know where I'll be. I'll be at the inn tomorrow morning.
I got a 7.
A 7. What's your constitution?
$11.
Okay, yeah, you wake up, you hear the sound of the discussion getting heated downstairs. You hear Nigel. You hear Antonio. You hear another guy, which is
Antonio,
Kenrick.
Antonio, give me the word and we can end this.
So I'm leaving.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
I
turn
do,
around and go out
I
the
don't know
door.
where. Yep. Hop on the horse.
As soon as he turns and starts walking out the door, I'll look at Nigel and I'll nod.
Stop, sir. Come back and give us that book. Cast charm person.
Give me a saving throw on charm person, Philip.
Yeah.
Saving throw on magic. Sorry.
Sure. 18.
Oh, that's a success.
Yeah, it is.
I said come back and I cast it again. I got 2 of them.
Do I get a reaction before he does this?
Well, first of all, everybody. No, yeah, okay, yeah. Go ahead.
Initiative.
Do you get another? Well, do you get a reaction? Yeah, you do for sure. He has to cast it. It's not instantaneous, or is it
I mean, it takes a turn, I guess. My action, definitely.
a turn or a
Right,
round?
because it's like as we.
Just it takes my round or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
So you definitely sense the spell he's trying to cast on you. Kenrick, what would you do?
Then I would undo my whip and whip him and run for it, or run for it. One of the two. Whip it
Your
or
choice.
whip it or run for it. Let's
If you
see.
whip him, we're going to go into combat. Roll initiative. If you run for it, maybe not.
All right. Nope. I'm gonna whip at him.
Okay.
Whip.
Roll to hit. Oh, actually, yeah. Go ahead. Roll to hit. It's a reaction to his action. So
18.
18. Okay. What's the damage on your whip?
D3.
Roll a d3.
Woo.
1.
Okay. You whip him for 1 point of damage.
You bastard! How dare you!
Is he in the middle of-
Roll initiative. Who am I rolling for? Anybody who wants to act can roll.
And I say, don't take me lightly. That was just a warning.
You're gonna
what
cast
do
it
I-
again then?
Yeah, I go on 3. I'm casting it again.
What's a D6? What?
A
For
d6
initiative?
plus your dexterity. Yeah.
Okay. So I got 2.
Okay.
Oh, I got 4 actually.
Okay.
Whatever.
Antonio, are you reacting or not? Klaus.
I got a 6.
Okay. What are you doing, Klaus? You're
I've
coming
not
down the stairs
reacted
and see
yet.
this going on.
I would rush over there and just start going like, "Stop! What's going on?"
Okay. Klaus comes running down. Stop! Tries to get between the two of you. Your back is still towards the door, Kenrick.
Okay.
And then it's your turn, Nigel. I think. Antonio, did you roll initiative or were you doing anything?
There's nothing wrong here. He's just going to give us the book, aren't you? Casting charm person.
I did roll. I got a 6, but I'm not doing anything yet because I've already
Okay.
killed so many player characters.
Okay.
All right. So another saving throw then.
Yeah.
Nobody's killing. We're just talking.
I rolled a 9.
Well, you
A
slapped
9?
me.
That's a fail.
Okay, so he becomes utterly enamored with the caster, desperate to please him. It's not mind control. You retain your personality. And
I'm gosh, Nigel, I am sorry. What was I thinking? You're right. Gosh, it is a fair deal and everything. I'll put my whip away and apologize. I'll even grab my handkerchief and nick the
Wipe
little
the blood off his face.
no need,
Yeah.
no need. Don't no touching.
lick it a little bit.
Go get the book.
I turn and look at
That
Nigel
would-
and give him a little golf clap.
It would please me greatly if you got the book for us now.
Okay, I'll go.
Just be quiet. I won't interfere.
I go hop on the horse right away. Zoom, gone.
Jesus. This was going to tell us the following, but he's run off already.
Eager to please.
Wow. Well done.
Well, we don't have the book quite yet.
I take it I missed a lot.
Yeah, he suddenly wanted more money for the book so he can rescue his man or something.
Okay, so what do
Money
you do?
we don't have. I'll go over to the barkeep because of the noise and the brief tussle, and I'll say my apologies for the scuffle that just happened. Luckily, nothing was broken, and I'll give them 2 silver pieces.
Okay.
I got like a little slash on my cheek.
Yeah, you do.
My skin is broken.
When that happened, I was thinking, it's like, please don't go.
So to be clear, I did take the gold.
No, not yet.
No, you had it on the counter. I
I
said
was
it's a fair
holding it.
deal.
Roll sleight of
Ah.
hand. Roll sleight of hand.
No.
Oh.
1d6.
Yeah, that would be in your character.
Oh, rolled a 4. Let me see. What do I got? Oh, I got a 4.
Okay, yeah, he's got the gold. It's gone.
Yep.
If he doesn't have it, somebody else has it.
Yep, I haven't even noticed yet. I'm
Okay.
just waiting for him to come back so I can give him his gold. I'm gonna still pay him.
Oh, good. Excellent.
I mean, that
Where-
was my whole. I'm try to be honorable if possible, and if not, I'll
Yeah, when the thing finally wears off, he'll know
Yes.
what happened, but
Yeah.
hopefully he'll be satisfied with the gold we leave him.
That's the
Yeah,
thing, it
especially if you're
never
going to pay me
wears off.
twice.
Okay, so you go get the book and bring it back as fast as possible. How far away did you bury it?
How far was it to get to them? It would have been halfway.
3 hours.
So yeah, an hour and a half to get
Okay.
there, an hour and a half to get back.
So by the time you get back, it'll be after 4 in the morning. Because you got to dig it up too. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not
it'll be
resting
like
until he
4:30 in
gets
the morning.
back.
And I don't have a shovel.
You don't have a shovel? Okay.
Remember, you asked me if I wanted a shovel.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning. 5 o'clock in the morning. Comes back with the book. I presume you just take it
Excellent.
out of your saddlebag or whatever and carry it in.
Nigel, here you go.
Hand it to Antonio.
Unless were they waiting there for an hour and a half?
Oh yeah,
It's
I've
been more than
waiting.
an hour and a half. It's been like closer to 4 hours.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I've been waiting the whole time. I may have dozed
Yeah.
off in my chair, but I'm not leaving the bar area until you get back.
Right.
All right. Yep.
Just hand it to Antonio. You done well.
Anything else I can do for you, Nigel?
Take the book and unwrap it and check it and tie it back up.
Are we done with him?
Yes, he did exactly as we asked.
And he's got his payment. We are
Does he?
squared here.
Oh,
I check my
what?
pockets and wait a minute. Did you take the gold that I was holding?
Yes, you said it was part of the deal.
Indeed, it was for a job well done, and we may have use for your services in the future. I'm sure Nigel may as well, specifically.
Oh, that would be excellent.
Indeed, indeed.
I'm very glad I was able to help you guys out.
And we are
Now-
as well.
This boy of yours, can you just write him off, or is he that important to you?
Just write him.
Well, I mean, I could, but I mean, he's a person. He knows how I like my tea.
Yes, I can understand that. Once it's hard to train servants. Or so I hear.
Well, what would it take for us to get the boy back without any harm or loss to ourselves?
Well, I was thinking about it on the way there and on the way back, and I'm like, if I could just tell him that I have a buyer, and I could actually use the 200 silver you gave me as good faith money, it might be the same thing.
I don't.
That might indeed work.
Yeah.
Well, how about this then? We will ride back with you and stay, half hour away from the inn. And if there is an issue, come back and let us know, and perhaps we can assist.
Oh, thank you.
I look at everyone else and with kind of like a shrug thing. What do you think?
Okay, sounds fine to me.
Indeed.
Pretty good. And Klaus would walk by and put his hand on his shoulder for a second and good job and give him a gold coin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And Rob,
My
are you
eyes
there?
actually perk up at that, and I kind of shake my head about what was I thinking? These guys are good guys. Look at that.
Definitely have to use charm more. I thought it was useless. I thought, I'm glad that we can use it again.
Is Rob
So-
there?
Rob is not there.
Rob is not there? Okay. If he's not there, then we'll just say that Colin is sleeping off a bender. He ended up getting way too drunk with Medina last night.
Ah, all right.
Okay. There we go. Because I don't want to DMPC him. I don't know any of his stats. I probably have him somewhere, but I don't even know. Anyway.
Very well, Mr. Kendrick. You may be on your way. You may go now.
And we'll be waiting in case there is a trouble.
So
Okay.
you guys go back part way.
Mhm.
Okay. When do you go? Do you go right away? Because if you go right
Sure.
away,
I mean,
you'll get there around 8 o'clock.
he did say he was going to be back in the morning, so it's
Mhm.
the morning.
Yep.
8
And I'll keep
8:30.
going. I'll do
Yep.
my best not to look tired.
Okay. What do you do when you get there? Because they wait about half an hour back. So half an hour is what? You guys are all on horseback. Half hour is probably a couple miles away anyway.
Yep.
So what do you do when you get there, Kenrick?
When I get to the inn,
Mhm.
I walk right in,
Okay, you walk right in.
and
You see the innkeeper there.
Yeah.
Looks like he hasn't slept. Looks a bit rough. He hasn't shaven today. He's just back there working away. And oh yeah, what's your wisdom?
That's low.
Okay,
8, 9, somewhere
no
like that.
problem. No problem. That's all you notice anyway. So there's a handful of people here.
7, yeah.
Nearby
Yeah.
lordlings and stuff. You don't see any
Walk
of your
in.
friends here, of course. The three guys, they're not here.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, you walk in. What do you do?
Go straight up to the innkeeper. Call them by name. Say, I got some good news. It took me a bit. I had to talk to a few people, but eventually I went to my uncle. Really didn't want to talk to my uncle, but he's interested, and I even have some good faith money here for you. Plot the 2,000 silver, 200 silver
250
on the.
silver or 200
Yep.
silver? Yeah. Okay. He says, well, got bad news. There
What?
ain't no book.
What do you mean there ain't no book? You just
There ain't no
is
book. Somebody stole it. Somebody stupid enough to sneak away from the inn at night, take a ladder, climb up through our window, break into my house, and steal the book.
Oh. I mean, I did talk to some people. I could retrace my steps
Oh,
and
don't worry,
see if.
we got the bastard. He'll either tell me where it is or, well, I'll just take it out of his hide.
Oh, you caught him? Then why don't you have the book?
Oh, he hasn't talked yet. Come here. He smiles, and now you notice that his knuckles are all really swollen and black and blue. And he takes you over to where the cellar little door is, opens it up, and the light kind of from inside the inn kind of shines down the stairs, and you can see Tim there tied to a chair and beat to shit.
What? What happened? What? This doesn't make any sense.
Oh, we don't know exactly yet, but I know he left the inn at some point unannounced, and then we caught him sneaking back in shortly after I found the book missing. Maybe an hour tops. Who knows how long it had been missing before I noticed it, though. Hadn't seen Tim there for several hours.
Well, what were you doing, boy?
Oh, he can't talk. His head's just kind of hanging. He's all battered and bloodied.
Huh. I don't know. He's been a good servant to me. You sure?
Yeah, maybe he like you set the four gold pieces on the bar, yeah? Or did you pick them up?
I had opened it in the pouch to show him.
Oh, okay. He says maybe you should just leave me that good faith money anyway, for the inconvenience caused upon my family by your servant.
Hmm. I don't know. That kind of sounds like a
He
scam. You beat
closes
up.
he closes the cellar door and throws the bolt and starts walking back to the bar.
Now I've tried to do you a good service, sir, and I even gave you my boy to help you out, and now
Brought a
you're
thief and a
accusing.
vagabond into my home, just like your friends.
What friends?
The ones you supposedly ran out of here last night.
Why would they be my friends?
Well,
Why are you suddenly associating me with them?
you're a stranger to me just like them.
I'm sure that 75% of the people through here are your strangers to you.
I see the things that you wear and the things that you carry about you. I know you're a man of violence.
Well, that's just a shame.
Now, I want no more trouble with you, sir, and I'd appreciate it if you left. He says loudly enough for everybody in the inn to hear.
All right, very well. Go out the. Is there a door here or?
Well, yeah, he walked back to the bar. I mean, the cellar door was real close to where he was working anyway.
Oh, he walked back to the bar.
Yeah, it's right there by the cellar. So it's the common room. You know, there's like a dozen men in here.
Well, I'm gonna have to sneak attack him then if he's going back. If he's turning his back on me.
You sneak attack him here in the bar in front of everybody?
Well, he took me down to the cellar. Yeah.
No, you didn't go down the cellar. You just held the door open and you saw the light shine down on Tim there at the base of the stairs.
And that's everybody in the bar can see me as I'm looking down there at him.
No, not necessarily. You know, when you walk
I
back,
assumed the cellar was in the back. I'm sorry.
no, it'd be right there next to the bar.
Okay, I see. I see. All right. Yeah. No, that's not gonna happen. Very well.
So
I
what do you want
guess
to
I'll
do? You leave? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody else is just eating their breakfast. Yeah, breakfast.
That's a shame. Well, I'll tell you what.
Barman goes back to work.
Maybe I'll retrace my steps. Maybe I'll find another person that has it, and if I do, you'll know that you've beaten my innocent boy.
He just smiles and nods. Okay. So where do you go?
10 minutes up the road.
Half an hour. Yeah.
Half an hour up the road.
Miles up the road. Okay. It's morning. You guys probably broke your fast on the road here, I suppose.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would see.
Klaus and, Nigel.
I ate, and the horse ate last night, and
Mhm.
the dog.
Have time to re-prepare spells.
No, you haven't had any more sleep anyway.
All right.
Klaus didn't have enough sleep to re-prepare spells either. So. Okay. Kenrick comes back after you guys finish eating your breakfast out here on the side of the road.
It's no good.
The horse is grazing.
They assume that Tim stole it or was part of stealing it. They beat him bloody. He can't even talk.
What now? Did he have any proof?
Evidently, Tim left some period of time. He was unaccounted for, and that's all the proof he needed.
Well, he can't win them all.
I look at the other two and I'm thinking, wait a moment. So we arrive with a man who seemed perfectly fine and normal, and then suddenly he's accused of beating and murdering or attempting to murder the innkeeper's daughter. All we know is that the innkeeper beat him into unconsciousness. We did, of course, find the girl in that state. The very next day, some innocent boy working for him is again taken to that same cellar and beaten unconscious and bloody. Perhaps the person we were escorting was not at fault at all, and this innkeeper is using
the bartender is a serial beater
or killer of some sort.
Yes.
His right arm was much bigger than his left, actually.
Oh, goodness gracious. So maybe someone should spread this tale of what this innkeeper is doing to travelers in his inn. Using his poor disabled daughter to trap others into
Ah, yes.
Because last I saw the girl,
That's-
she did not have a wound on her. And I look at Klaus.
Probably beats her too. The wretch.
Yeah, maybe he beat her and raped her himself.
Not a bad idea. Maybe we can hire a few people to go to a few towns around here and spread it.
There's nothing worse than a
Hmm.
father raping and beating his own daughter and then blaming it
God.
on innocent men and hanging them. Oh, he's a horrible man. He needs to die.
Hmm.
Justice.
Well, that would be something for the king's justice, I imagine, or at least
Yeah.
the Lord's justice.
If we just spread the word.
Yes, we must spread it far and wide.
Indeed. I shall be sure to pen a very stern letter to the lord of this area that he might want to investigate such goings on in his territory. The safety of the travelers on the road is something that all in England should be concerned of.
Hey, we could get a gossipy woman in one of these villages. I could charm her and get her to spread the word all around.
Hmm.
Maybe at one of these, maybe in Norwich.
You are incredibly charming.
Yes. Finally, someone who recognizes.
That's so funny.
So is that the plan? You're going to head to Norwich? Norwich
I
is
mean,
in the other direction, back beyond the.
Perhaps we should. I'm worried about your boy stuck in there, though, in the grasp of a potential madman.
Mhm. Maybe we should talk to the guards. Get the law on our side.
Yes.
Guards, but you'd have to
Well, I
talk to
mean,
the
I
local
suppose
lord.
I could talk to the local lord or something. I mean,
Mhm.
That might not be a bad idea. What do you think, Nigel?
Yes, we could talk to some guards and get them to go in and arrest the man.
Hmm.
Klaus, what do you think about all this?
I could rest and get my charm back and
Yeah, I look at Klaus for his guidance because he is a man of the gods.
oh, you have not lost your chime, Nigel. You've got it.
I think it's a great idea, and if anything, I can go to a local church and
Gotta
spread
love a gypsy priest.
the news myself about this horrible doing.
yes, they'll listen to you.
Gotta love a gypsy man of God.
I mean, we all clearly know that Tim is innocent.
Yes, that is absolutely true.
Yes, this bartender is a vicious, horrible monster that must be stopped.
Investigated at the least, but yes, there is something wrong there.
Well, we
Um, if I
Because I
go to
thought
a
it,
church
beating
and
an
spread
innocent
this
boy.
stuff, they
I
might
thought
try to
it.
hang this guy.
I did think it
What's he gonna
odd
tell them?
when this man that we rescued suddenly became a vicious monster. We never even heard him speak a word in his own defense.
And when they ask him, why are you beating this young boy? What's he gonna tell them? A spell book was stolen from me?
A book was stolen from me. Yeah, like an innkeeper wants a book, right?
And why would it be worth so much money if it's just some book? He's
And where did
To
he
be
get
f-
it?
exactly.
Indeed.
Got it from a man that
Mm,
down supposedly.
that might be an issue.
He's stealing from his own clientele.
That might be an issue, though, if he starts spouting names. Well, did I even give him my name?
No, he thinks it's the John Riley guy that he killed.
All
Or
he knows is that I
hanged.
offered to buy it, to take it from him.
Yeah. You're-
No, Antonio. He definitely suspects you.
Oh, he does.
Oh, definitely.
Hmm.
Almost like somebody fingered you out in a lineup.
Huh. Well, I'd rather he not know my name not be spread around. Hmm.
Or we go there and take justice into our own hands.
That's another thing I'd rather not do. We've already spilled enough
If we
vitriol in this area.
can kill this one man and get away and never go back again to that place.
I don't know, but we could certainly beat him as much as he's beaten Tim.
Somebody's typing.
I mean, we have Klaus is a priest. We could have it under his own orders that this man is guilty and needs to be punished.
I would not ask Klaus to do something against
Yeah, it would bring
his vows.
into his name and face. We don't really want that.
How many men were in the inn when you were there?
About a dozen.
About a dozen.
There was exactly 14.
There you go.
I wonder.
You know if there's any way to get to him, without going through the front door.
There's the back door. There's the window. Oh, to get to the
Basement.
cellar.
Yeah.
Was there a cellar entrance out the back, around the back? Like a locked, not one of those drag your
No.
wagon up to and.
Nope.
We could go in a keg of wine. I've done that before.
But who would deliver the keg of wine? I am not really a laborer.
Oh, those are hireable.
But is he expecting a delivery? And how would you get your boy out once you're in?
Yep. It's always a task. Oh.
What of these?
I mean, try to charm the guy again.
How were you able to get in and out without being suspected the first time?
Well, I'm sure he suspected everybody under the sun. That's why he came up to Tim. He had Tim in hand.
I'm not sure how we're going to help this child.
I can try to charm him again and just make him release the boy.
I'll just try to, he's my guy. I understand you guys have put yourself through enough. I'll worry about it.
You're right, we have. This is not really my problem. I don't really care about this boy, honestly.
But I do feel some.
I do hate the bartender and wish to see him suffer for what he's done to me.
Well, there's that. Although at the time it may have been reasonable, but now with this other circumstances, I wonder what your boy was doing when he left the inn.
I don't know. Maybe he was looking for me.
Could be. Damn. All, Mr. Henrik.
So there were guards in there, right? So they're perfectly fine with him holding a boy and beating him, correct?
Well, there were like mercenaries and soldiers from the area.
Soldiers from the area, but not like any constable type soldiers or anything like that.
No.
Okay.
But you said mercenaries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, maybe we can pay them to do the job for us.
I wish I have no funds in order to do such a thing now. And they don't work on promises.
We'll pay them to kill the bartender.
Goodness.
Well, what are they? 100 silver?
I have no funds like that. I have enough to get back home, but little else. Well,
Oh, we can always burn the inn. Rescue the kid.
No.
What if we hire just some ruffians and pay them like a couple silver to go in and kill the man?
Speaking of, I do owe some money to a guy. I'll
Again with your money troubles.
let me. Well, no, they were part of the setup last night. So
see.
I could introduce you if you'd like.
No, I'd rather not.
No.
So thank you.
All right.
Appreciate the offer of introduction.
I just want to get back to Nensvik.
This has been a trying time, and some rest would do well. And there is research.
Yes, more important things to be done.
Indeed.
If we could get this boy simply and kill the bartender or not, or bring him to justice or not.
Yeah, I think spreading the word that he needs rescuing to the local constabulary. At least let them ask him.
Yeah, the fact is they are holding a boy there, and they have no good reason that they can say why they're beating him, unless they just make up a lie that he was stealing or something. But still, he's been beaten within an inch of his life. That's not
They do still have a guy hanging from the tree outside as
They
well.
did beat a man to death the day before.
That man was accused of rape and murder, where this boy is just accused of theft at this point.
Hmm. So is that what Kenrick is going to do? You're going to go to talk to the local lord and see if you can start this, get this
Well,
going?
I need to pay those guys off because I told them
Okay.
I would.
Hmm.
And then
So-
yeah, I'll either
Alright,
talk
so-
to the local lord myself. That'd be fine.
Okay, so before we part ways, I'm gonna thank Kendrick for his excellent service. That if he is looking for further adventure, perhaps in the future, there may be opportunities to procure other items that we would be glad to pay for. That may be much more lucrative than this mission.
Yep. I'll see what I can do to find you if I can free my man.
Indeed.
Before we part ways, did you catch the name of the bartender?
I suppose I did at some point.
Oswald, yeah, why not? We'll see with that.
Oswald of the Slaughtered Inn, of the Slaughtered Lamb,
Hmm.
Yeah.
owner, innkeeper of the Slaughtered
Tell
Lamb.
everyone about his evil ways.
Poor Tim, he is the slaughtered lamb.
That seems an ominously fortuitous name at this point, considering that they did beat a man to death the day before, and now they have another boy.
They didn't beat a man to
Basic-
death. You mean the guy they
Well,
hung?
they hung a man, but beat him to unconsciousness and then hung him
Yeah.
on accusations of a violent attack that when I left, I saw no physical wounds from. Anyways,
Okay.
and I'll bow
And
to Kenrick and ride back to the other inn so we can get Colin and Medina out of their stupor.
and then start heading back to Nonsbeck, yeah?
Yeah.
Hello, friend.
All right. I think that's where we'll actually wrap the session then.
That's good.
There
So
we
that
go.
guy charmed next time I run into him.
The whole
Oh,
way
yeah.
back, I have my hand resting on the saddlebag that the book is in, just thinking, oh, thank goodness.
This reminds me, experience.
So each gold is worth what?
50 silver.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys can all have 1,250 experience points. Nigel, you can have 500 bonus.
Sweet.
All right, there we go. Now I'll stop the recording.